Hello Internet, it's Saturday and we've got a video. This is novel, isn't it? This is different. We're on Battle Spot obviously, and we're going to do a couple of games with this Sylveon, Groudon Rayquaza team, just because quite a few people do ask me for spreads and all the rest of it. So I'm going to try and get into the habit of, after I've used a team for a couple of weeks or so, maybe publish it, not like it's some sort of grand thing, the EV spreads I'm sure haven't had as much detail put into them as some of my other teams, but just because lots of people do ask what I use, I thought I might as well just put it out there. So I'm going to do a couple of games with the Battle Box team. There we go, you have this one, just to remind you of it, and then tomorrow I'll put on a little video basically showing you all the spreads that I use and just a little bit of an overview of the team as well. So we're sitting here on Saturday. We're about to find out how many people are playing on Battle Spot on Saturday, and hopefully we'll get some games. Hopefully they'll be good games, as I always hope. Yeah, I mean, I had mixed feelings about this team, didn't I? A couple of weeks ago when I did use it, I did sort of identify that late game sort of Xerneas was potentially an issue for it. I don't know, I mean, there are ways to deal with Xerneas. I've got the extreme speed. So as long as I sort of whittle it down to extreme speed range, then, or even maybe quick attack range from Sylveon, then we could be good. But we'll see if we find a Xerneas. We do find a Xerneas and a Sylveon of his own. So Saturday Sylveons. Here we go. The rest of the team looks sort of big six, but there's a Scizor on there as well. So he's prepared for my Sylveon. This guy's obviously got Sylveon on the brain. Interesting. I mean, I suppose Fairy Aura does boost your own Hyper Voice. Like a Hyper Voice next to a Xerneas does do a lot of damage. But I don't know. Like he's got three potential Megas. But he's only going to be bringing one of either Kangaskhan or Salamence. Got to imagine it's probably going to be the Salamence, I guess. But never really know. I think Rayquaza and Sylveon leading would be quite nice. I do want my Groudon in the back. And I think Smeargle. Smeargle was always the last pick against this sort of team, just to help with Xerneas that bit more. I can, wide guard on its dazzling gleams. I can follow me away. I can try and put it to sleep because this Smeargle has got the Focus Sash. Not messing around with Mental Herb Smeargle. So we'll see what happens. He does lead with, that is Salamence, and his own Sylveon. Okay, so Dragon, Sylveon. Okay. Now my Sylveon is very slow, so he will be able to get a Double Edge and Hyper Voice onto my Sylveon before I can do anything, which is an issue. My Rayquaza, this one doesn't have a Focus Sash on it either, so we're not in a good position. I'm not liking this. Smeargle. What shall we do? This is a really sticky position for us to be in. I could maybe just bank on him not double-edging my Sylveon. Maybe I'd have to do that. I don't know, I'll Mega Evolve and Protect and just go for a Hyper Voice. Maybe his Sylveon is minimum speed as well. I don't know. I think he would be wise to just double edge my Sylveon here. But a double edge and Hyper Voice, yeah, wouldn't be good for us. And I can't see why it wouldn't do that really. Interestingly enough, we see my Rayquaza Mega Evolve before his Salamence, so that Salamence is not maximum speed. So this guy's rating was over 1,500. He has won something. We'll just have to see what he does here. So he does double edge. Maybe it's adamant then, I don't know. Okay, so we do survive that, but he does go for the Hyper Voice, so exactly what I said. Okay, well that's not good. We've just basically lost a Pokemon turn 1 and only gained double edge recoil for it. Right. Well, I'll put Smeargle in now then, because Smeargle will be faster than his Sylveon. We've seen double edge. Don't know if his Rayquaza has got, if his Salamence has got Draco Meteor or not. But yeah, this is not good. I mean, I'm going to Dark Void here. Smeargle has got the Sash. But what does Rayquaza do? We are intimidated too. I think I'm just going to go for a Draco Meteor, or am I? I don't really want to bring Groudon in on something. Because I'm thinking, you know, we saw his Salamence was slow last turn, so maybe this Rayquaza is faster than it. Yeah, so you know, thankfully because our opponent didn't have a maximum speed Salamence, we were able to knock it out there. We are at -2 special attack now, but the Sylveon should be going to sleep, and we should have kind of evened up this game a little bit. So this is a strange game, actually. Quite glad that I did notice. Yeah, quite glad that I did notice my Rayquaza Mega Evolving before his Salamence. Maybe the Salamence. He didn't really have any Trick Room options on this team, did he? So I'm not sure why his Salamence wasn't maximum speed, but let's see what Moody can do for us. Moody can do nothing for us. Not this turn, anyway. But we'll see. Like, if he sends his Xerneas out now, that is a Xerneas, then yeah, we're still not sitting too happily, are we? I mean, we have got Smeargle out, and we have got Groudon in the back. So maybe this turn I'm going to put Groudon in and go for another Dark Void. Maybe he will protect his Xerneas this turn just to try and get a turn on his Sylveon. But at least we will be hopefully free to just erupt next turn. Maybe his Xerneas isn't maximum speed either. Yeah, that was really not a good lead for us at all. Sylveon, and both the dragons. Okay, so he does protect there. And does his Sylveon wake up? It doesn't wake up. Good. Okay, so next turn, Moody accuracy. Okay, defense fell. Okay, that's all right. Well, I'm going to erupt, but do I Dark Void here or do I Wide Guard? Because the Sylveon could wake up, and if it does, it will definitely be going for a Hyper Voice. The Xerneas could go for a Dazzling Gleam itself. Not sure if it will do. I think it might take this turn to Geomancy up. So maybe I could Dark Void here. So yeah, we got the accuracy boost. We will just Dark Void. He actually tried to double protect there. That was not the right move. And he's got Magic Coat. So we should not have Dark Voided there. Oh dear. Well, this has been certainly an interesting game. Well, the Xerneas will be going to sleep, and we'll have a guaranteed sleep turn next turn. But oh. I'll take that. This has been such an ugly game. Oh dear me. Dear me. Okay. So Groudon's faster. I'm kind of hoping he does Magic Coat again here. He just forfeits after that. Yeah, just because you know, Groudon is faster. I would erupt. I would knock both of his Pokemon out. If he Magic Coated first and his Sylveon went down, then I wonder if like the slot would have bounced it back. I'm suspecting that it wouldn't have, but we will just sort of try and forget about that game because the lead was really bad for us, and maybe that guy wasn't the most experienced of players. His speeds weren't as fast as they could have been, I guess, and yeah, apparently Sylveon doesn't, or his Sylveon doesn't like hitting Dark Voids, and our Smeargle does. So expert Smeargle, cheesing the way through games just like Smeargle always does. Oh well, let's do one more game. I mean, this is just a video just to, you know, have a bit of fun and just jog your memories, really. Just remind you of the team just before I do a little tiny bit of a report. You know, hesitate to call it a report because it's not like I'm going to sort of delve into all the details about it. But, you know, I'm just going to show you the spreads and give you a few thoughts, basically. Just because I do get a lot of people asking about my spreads. So I'm going to try and get into the habit of doing this. And because, you know, weekends at the moment, I don't really upload anything on the weekend. And I don't know if this means, you know, oh no, not Barry every day. You know, you're going to get a bit more sick of me. But, you know, hopefully you don't mind some weekend uploads and, you know, filling out these days a little bit as well. But this team looks quite interesting. I mean, it does look almost like a gravity team. He has got two things on there that can learn gravity. The Smeargle and Xerneas can actually learn gravity. But I doubt he will. Whimsicott is good, even without gravity, obviously. Two Pranksters, can respect that, and a Smeargle. How shall we go about this then? I don't know. I kind of want to go with Crobat, but there's a good chance he'll lead with his Thunderous. In which case I could go with Groudon. Maybe Smeargle Groudon. Maybe Crobat Groudon. Maybe Crobat Groudon. Let's go Crobat Groudon. With Rayquaza in the back, definitely. And like, he's got a lot of things that are pretty hostile towards my Smeargle here. You know, he could have Taunt on either of his Pranksters. He's got his Kangaskhan too. So I'm kind of tempted with Sylveon here, but maybe we'll go with Smeargle. I don't know. I think Smeargle earned its medals in the last battle, so I'll take it in this one too. And hopefully, hopefully we can do the same sort of thing in this one. Oh dear. I mean, that's just Smeargle, isn't it? I mean, and this is a competitive game, isn't it? You know, I'm not gonna get into that because, you know, obviously VGC is quite competitive, but there's just times like that that make the game a little bit less enjoyable, I suppose. Less enjoyable for our opponents there. I suppose it was quite enjoyable for me, but you know, yeah, I would not have appreciated that if that was, you know, from the opponent coming back onto me. So we get double Fairy lead here. I could taunt the Xerneas, but there's a good chance he might taunt my Crobat with his Whimsicott. Although you don't normally see taunt on Whimsicott these days, but it is a potential. I could Super Fang and Erupt, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards doing. But I don't know, because like, if I stop his Geomancy, then I'm in a pretty good position. So I could try and taunt him, but am I fearing his taunt? He could Tailwind himself. Don't know really what I'd get from that. So I'm going to Super Fang and Erupt here. And see what happens. Maybe he has got taunt. Maybe he's got Fake Tears and Hidden Power Ground. We'll soon find out. Safeguard, okay. So we'll see if my Groudon's faster than his Xerneas here or not. If it isn't, then, you know, good for us. We're getting a knockout, but oh, we are. Fantastic. Well, there you go. And that's a lesson for all of you non-max speed Xerneas users. Obviously, you know, slow, bulky Xerneas has a place, but it lets Eruption max speed, you know, timid Eruption Groudon just erupt all over you, and no one wants to be erupted on, really, do they? So, you know, he's lost a Pokemon, he's brought his Whimsicott down to the Sash there, he's got a Safeguard, so okay, my Smeargle might not be able to do too much now, but, you know, and he's brought his Thunderous in, so he hasn't got a Kyogre on his team, has he? Or any way to affect the weather, so no Hidden Power Water shenanigans going on. I'm not really seeing how this Groudon, how his Thunderous can touch my Groudon here, so I don't really have anything that wants to take a Thunderbolt. So I could go for a Super Fang onto the Thunderous, maybe, to make sure I do get the knockout on that slot. I've knocked the Xerneas out, so Crobat isn't as important in this game, so if you Thunderbots the Crobat, then, you know, good for you. I'm faster, I'm getting a Super Fang off, and I'm getting an Eruption off too, so he's going for a Helping Hand. Okay. Grass Knot, maybe? Don't know, we'll soon find out. We do see a Citrus Berry, so it's not like a super offensive Thunderous. Thunderbolt, okay. So, he just, fair enough, knocks my Crobat out. I'm fine with that. He's losing both of his Pokemon here. So, okay, both of these games haven't been, you know, the most competitive of battles, but this is just to jog your memory, really. Just remind you of the team, seeing as I'm going to do a little bit of a video about it tomorrow. Critical hit on the Whimsicott there as well. Sorry, Whimsicott, but you had to go down. And it wouldn't surprise me if our opponent just forfeits here, to be honest. Maybe he's got Kangaskhan, maybe his last Pokemon. We haven't seen a Mega yet, have we? That looks like a Groudon. Okay, so we've definitely won this one. And when I say definitely, I mean we could lose a speed tie, and if I go for a Draco Meteor, I could miss it. And then he could have Hidden Power Ice, and no, it's not going to happen, is it? So we will just, you know, just for the animation, we'll go for a Draco Meteor and an Earth Power. So the game should be won, but you know, you might just forfeit. Yeah, he forfeits. Okay, so you know, pretty quick video. You know, we're just over 16 minutes, aren't we? But this is just a video to jog your memory, I suppose. You know, we've climbed a little bit on the ladder as well. That game one, though, I mean, that was like, I suppose I could have seen that lead coming, maybe. I did predict he would use his Salamence and not the Kangaskhan. You know, kind of expected he would lead with it. That's why I led with my Sylveon as well. But I just like, you know, it's early. I didn't twig that he could just sort of lead with anything else that would knock my Sylveon out too. So, you know, we did choose our way through that game. But, you know, like I'm saying, this is just a reminder of the team. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'm just going to do a little video to show you the spreads, show you the team, give you a few of my thoughts, a little bit of the history of the team, I suppose. But, you know, just a bit of a video. It's not going to be a long-winded thing. So thanks a lot for watching this, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you're interested in the team, then, you know, subscribe and have a look at tomorrow's video too. So thanks a lot, guys, and goodbye for now.